What did Guru Nanak look like? Or maybe the real question is, what do we look like through him? I know what you're thinking. What does that even mean? Here, let me reframe that just a bit. Every generation imagined the gurus in their own present day identity and understanding of both Gurbani and history. That understanding can be seen in the portraits that they made. These portraits and paintings act as cultural mirrors, mirrors that reflect how each generation understood the gurus, clothing him in the symbols of their time and cultural environment. And I want to prove to you that artists don't create in a vacuum. They absorb the world around them. Each stroke, each gesture is a signal drawn from the culture and time they lived in. But the thing is, not everyone recognizes this idea right away. In 2007, the New York Times reported on a controversy in California over a 7th grade history textbook that depicted Guru Nanak. The Californian Sikh community argued the image was historically inaccurate and deeply disrespectful. The article quotes that the picture clashed with the community's understandings of the Guru's humility and simplicity. After months of advocacy, the California Board of Education voted anonymously to have the publisher, Oxford University Press, remove or cover the image in every copy of their book. Now let's look at the picture in question. The picture was a 19th century portrait of Guru Nanak. It shows the Guru in full face, head and shoulders, with a white beard and a reddish brown coat. Draped across his shoulders is a multicolored patchwork shawl set against a blue and white background. This portrait is currently held at the V&A South Kensington Museum in London, and a picture of it was used in this textbook. According to the V&A, this miniature portrait of Guru Nanak was made between the 1850s to the 1870s in the city of Lahore. Behind this photo is a note which reads, Guru Nanak, founder of the Sikh religion. This portrait was given to the V&A by the Central Council for the Care of Churches in 1954 and is actually available for viewing by appointment. Now, according to a New York Times article, the California Sikh community was outraged by this picture, quoting one of the individuals from the community to say that he would have preferred a different picture entirely. It seems like they probably would have been more comfortable with a portrait like this one. This portrait was drawn by a Punjabi artist named Sobha Singh. He has many famous paintings such as Heer Ranjha and other depictions of Punjabi life and people. But perhaps the most famous of his works is this depiction of Guru Nanak. This picture is a very common picture found in Sikh houses and gurdwaras worldwide, showing Guru Nanak as an older man with clothes and a turban style that we as Sikhs would largely relate to today. Because of this outrage and months of lobbying, the Oxford University Press goes on to revise their textbooks to remove the picture of Guru Nanak as requested by the community. And in the end, the textbook was left with this, a pictureless page. Now, whether that was the right or wrong decision isn't the focus of this video. What matters is what it reveals, that every generation envisions the Guru differently. One era might find comfort in one image, another may reject it entirely. Maybe in truth, we're not searching for the historical Guru or even the Guru described in Gurbani, but for a reflection of ourselves within him. Because the fact is, the Guru described in Gurbani or through early history wouldn't have looked too different from this image. In fact, this miniature painting isn't out of place at all. It closely resembles other 18th and 19th century portraits of Guru Nanak. The style, the posture, even the expression all align with how artists of that period commonly depicted the Guru. For example, let's look at this painting of Guru Nanak dated to be from the early 19th century. This particular scene seems to reference the Sidh Gosht, a text authored by Guru Nanak himself describing his dialogue with the Sikhs, a community of Aztec yogis. And also this scene is supported by the Janam Sakhis, texts that describe the life stories of Guru Nanak. Here we see Guru Nanak seated among a group of yogis, recognizable by their large earrings and Aztec appearances. On the left sits the Guru, and on his right, likely a prominent leader of the yogis. Guru Nanak's headgear is especially striking. Much like the earlier miniature painting, he's shown wearing a crown-like cap, and also Distinctively, in this painting, he's wearing a forehead tilak. Nearby, you can see two familiar companions, one being Bhai Mardana holding his rabab, the other being Bhai Bala with a whisk in his hand. Just like the miniature painting, Sikhs today might struggle to connect with this image of Guru Nanak as well. When we look at this painting, it may feel distant, even foreign, a version of the Guru that doesn't match the one we carry in our minds. Yet for Sikhs of the early 19th century, this would have felt completely natural. Perhaps even the most authentic way to portray the Guru, shaped by their understanding of Gurbani and history. In this artwork, Gurbani is providing the context of this dialogue. Guru Nanak in fearless conversation with people of other traditions, just as he describes in his own writings. The painting also speaks through symbols. The Sufi-style headgear, the Indic tilak, the courtly attire, each detail reflecting how Sikhs of that time understood their Guru as someone who transcended categories. In an era when the Indo-Islamic world was divided by boundaries, Hindu or Muslim, Aztec or ruler, Sikhs imagined Guru Nanak as a figure who bridged them all. He embodied both the grace of a saint and the sovereignty of a king, a presence that united worlds rather than dividing them. With Mardana and Bala on his side, it reminds us that Guru Nanak's path was always accompanied by dialogue, music, and the sharing of ideas across traditions. Now, from legal battles to textbook revisions, these artworks not only reveal how each generation understands Gurbani and Sikh history, but they also reflect how artists absorb the social and political world around them. Here's a great example. This early 19th century portrait, housed in the Government Museum and Art Gallery in Chandigarh, depicts Guru Har Rai Ji, the 7th Guru, walking calmly beneath a parasol or a shatr held by an attendant, accompanied by a small dog. Rendered in soft ochres, whites, and gentle greens, this style of painting comes from the Kangra school, a Pahari style of art that flourished in the Himalaya foothills in what is known as Himachal Pradesh. The halo, flowering tree, and pastoral background conveys serenity and reverence, reflecting the Guru's love for nature and compassion towards all beings. Now, if we compare this portrait to Mughal works of the same era, such as his 17th century painting of Emperor Shah Jahan holding an emerald by Muhammad Abed of Agra, we begin to notice some similarities. What is particularly interesting is that both figures are dressed in the courtly attire of the Mughal post-Mughal era. We notice a long jamma or tunic with a flared skirt falling gracefully over the fitted leggings that gather at the ankles. The upper body is fitted, the lower portion flows in soft pleats. Both wear turbans and can be seen wearing earrings. With this portrait, we can see that Sikhs were not only depicting personality traits, such as the compassion and gentleness that Guru Har Rai Ji was known for, but were also actively engaging with political imagery by incorporating visual elements associated with Mughal imperial art, such as the parasol, the regal posture, and courtly attire. Sikhs may have been asserting that the Guru was not only a spiritual king, but also a political one. In this way, the Sikhs were positioning the Guru as both a saint and a ruler. Now, as we move into the 20th century, Sikh artists continue to draw inspiration from the social and political world around them. But unlike the earlier portraits we explored, which reflected Indo-Islamic and Mughal influences, this next one draws from a new world that until the 20th century, artists drawing the Gurus would not have normally engaged with. This 20th century portrait depicts Guru Gobind Singh Ji, the 10th Guru, mounted on a white horse, his right arm extended and finger pointing forward, a gesture symbolizing divine vision, leadership, and courage. The Guru is easily recognizable by his golden robes, blue shawl, and distinctive turban. On his left hand, he wears a falconer's glove, a key identifying feature of the 10th Guru. In the upper right corner, a falcon soars against a dramatic sky, the bird of prey that traditionally accompanied him. The artist places the Guru against a stormy battlefield backdrop, with swirling clouds and golden light breaking through. This image is drawn by a Punjabi artist named Singh, a famous artist whose work adorns Gurdwara across the world. Notably, he was commissioned in 1989 by the Reimagined Sobha, a Gurdwara in Southall, UK, to paint 50 paintings of saints and gurus. These paintings and portraits adorn the Langar Hall and foyer of the Gurdwara even till today. This portrait of Guru Gobind Singh Ji was drawn in the European artistic tradition. The overall composition is dynamic and cinematic, influenced by European equestrian portraiture, where leaders were often shown mounted in moments of victory. Easily what comes to mind is this portrait of Napoleon Bonaparte, drawn by the French artist Jacques-Louis David between 1801 and 1805. It depicts Napoleon Bonaparte heroically riding on a white stallion, cloaked in gold and blue robes, his hand pointing forward as he leads his army through the alpine pass of the great Saint Bernard. Now, if you put these portraits side by side, the similarities become immediately noticeable. Both figures are mounted on a rearing white horse, their bodies angled diagonally upward, and their right hands raised pointing toward a higher direction. The pose captures not just physical movement, but moral momentum, each figure leading others toward purpose and destiny. The swirling cloaks, the windswept energy, all heighten the sense of divine mission and leadership. Visually, we can see that the artist Guru Singh employed the language of European heroism. This image reveals how Sikhs sought to portray the Guru in a way that reflected their new world. As Sikhs community migrated beyond the Indo-Islamic region, they encountered new cultures, aesthetics, and artistic languages. In these unfamiliar settings, artists began to absorb the visual vocabulary of Western power and heroism, reimagining the Gurus through the lens of their new adapted societies. And this portrait is very interesting to me personally, because sometimes as ordinary people, we get caught up in the world's attempts to divide us, to make us believe that we're different, separate, and apart. That's why when we notice similarities like these across traditions and cultures, it can make us feel uncomfortable, even suspicious, as if the artist has done something wrong. But the truth is, ideas and identities are never created in a vacuum. They're born from shared human experiences. The story of art in many ways is a story of us. And as a community that takes deep pride in the concept of oneness, we sometimes lose sight of it. It's in these moments that artists remind us of who we truly are, connected, intertwined, and part of one human race. All these portraits show one thing clearly. Sikhs have always reimagined the Gurus through the world they lived in. And today, here at the Everything's 13th team, we're doing the same, but through animation. If you want to see how we brought Guru Nanak's story to life, check out our brand new animated film, Guru Nanak, the remarkable story of the first Guru. I'm truly glad I got to share this journey with you. Researching and presenting these topics take many hours. So if you found this video meaningful, it would really mean a lot if you could share it with your friends or anyone who might enjoy learning about Sikh history and art. And as always, if you like this video, please leave a comment below. I'll love to hear your thoughts. Until next time.